What's up, everybody? We're here today with a couple special guests. It's going to be Hayden Briers, who is a familiar face, and now we're here with Tonio Figueiredo, who's coming off a win. It was a decision win, but we got to see all different kinds of skills from you. So you want to tell us about the fight?
Oh yeah. So the fight was it was pretty good. You know, when first round, I was just trying to feel him out. My game plan was to pressure him. First round, I kind of backed out a little bit, and then just to see like how he moves and things like that, because I kind of rely on movements a lot. And then after I figured out his movement, that's when I started applying pressure a little bit, and then that's how I was able to like catch him. Really, like the whole plan was to like pressure him and touch him as much as I could, and then he kind of got me tangled up in grappling. I wanted to grapple him actually, but he kind of made me do it. So like first round, like when I dropped him, he got back up, and next thing you know, he shot on me, and I sprawled, and you know I kind of got tangled up in the grappling, and so we went from there. And then second round, it was the same thing. You know, I dropped him, and then he got back up, shot again. You know, I got tangled up in grappling, and then that's pretty much why I grappled. And then in the third round, what happens was he headbutted me, right? And I noticed, and then I was bleeding a little bit. I saw it, and I was like, oh, crap. I didn't know if I was fine, you know, so I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and shoot and control him. Yeah. And that's pretty much what I did. I wasn't dazed or anything because I was able to think, but I was like, all right, the best thing to do is to take him down and just control him.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I did.
Probably open that up even
Yeah,
more.
I was going to say, no reason to let it get open.
Exactly. I didn't want to get hit there, so I was like, I'm just going to shoot. Because, I mean, obviously, I knew I could take him down, you know?
I mean, either way, we saw that you are capable of getting a finish. We saw that you're a good grappler. You're pretty well-rounded. Is there anything you see kind of in the near future that you're looking at?
Right now, I believe I got to have a talk with my coaches. You know, I'm not sure if they want me to go pro. One of them already said he believes I should go pro after this. But I still got to talk to Coach Adams and Jeremy and see how, you know, and see what they think. What should we do next? So that's pretty much what I'm waiting on at the moment.
Okay. Yeah. So I know that we were talking with Hayden a little bit about you and stuff. He told me, you know, like how good your hands were and stuff like that. So what is your base thing? Because I know we talked a little bit about wrestling as well. Like where did everything kind of start for you then?
Like what? Like you're asking?
Like what's your background? I guess.
My background.
Yeah.
So I started with boxing when I was like I had like my uncle. He his name is Abe. Like I haven't talked to him in a while actually. I used to box with him a lot. Like it was like he was like my private coach. You know, like it wasn't really legit. Yeah. But he kind of just gave me the techniques and things like that. So I boxed with him, and then I had a friend that was doing, because originally I wanted to be a boxer.
Right.
And then a friend of mine, his name is Elijah, he was doing MMA, and I was like, well, you know, I've been boxing with my uncle, and you know, I don't have a boxing gym, you know, and there's an MMA gym over there, so you know, I'll go ahead and try that out. So I tried that out, and you know, he was showing me jiu-jitsu and things like that. It was like he kind of knew jiu-jitsu then, so he was submitting me. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god, I want to learn how to do an arm bar and things like that. And so I started going to that gym. I started training there, and then I was a sophomore in high school then, and then I moved, and then I found out that my school had wrestling, and so I was like, oh, let me go ahead and wrestling in high school, and you know that'll probably help me with my my MMA career or whatever, because you know that's when I knew I was like I'll just go ahead and do MMA instead of boxing, because I didn't have a boxing gym. I just went straight to an MMA gym, and I had my boxing coach on the side, you know.
Yeah. Where'd you go to school at?
So at first I was at Alief Taylor High School. So I was playing baseball there. I was playing basketball, and I played a little bit of football, and I ran track a little bit. And then moved to Westside High School, which is in HISD.
So pretty athletic.
We didn't have wrestling, man. So, I wish we would have had wrestling.
We never had wrestling in school, like on the side, dude, ever.
Oh yeah, Pasadena, they
don't give a fuck about that, dude. So they saw that stuff and they're like, what? That's what certain type of people do. I can't say it on the but yeah, they're like, no, we're not doing wrestling, man. And so it sucked because I think we almost got wrestling at LaPorte. And they found out for us to like actually have like wrestle meets, we would have to travel upstate in schools that were not paying for that shit because LaPorte's known for their football.
Gotcha.
And so that's all they cared about was.
Are they though?
What's that? Not anymore, no. So yeah, but so that's cool though. So pretty much, so you get into wrestling and then you start gravitating towards MMA. So that was kind of the goal at the end of like high school, was to start getting into that.
Pretty much.
And so how did you go about starting training at War Training Center then?
Oh, so that's a long story. So basically, I was training at a gym called Elite MMA.
Okay.
So everything was going smooth there, and I was a scholarship student there, right? And then COVID hit, you know, so we weren't training, and then you know, the gyms were opening back up. You know, I tried to go back there. They're like, oh, you have to, you know, you gotta talk to the owner. So I was reaching out. He was like, okay, you have to schedule a meeting with me. So I did that, and they never got back to me. So I was pretty much out for like 2 years, you know. And then a friend of mine, Tiago Guzman, I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He, you know, he started training at War, and he was like, yo, you trying to, you know, like, I'm going to go to War on Saturday. You want to come? I was like, yeah, sure. I haven't trained in a while. So I went there. I went to War, trained on Saturday, and then, so, like, it was just like a one-time thing for me, right? Yeah. And then Coach Adam had hit me up. He was like, hey, are you still going to be coming? I was like, oh, crap, I can still come, you know?
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, yeah, keep coming. And I was like, all right, cool. So I started coming there, and, you know, it just felt like home ever since.
That's cool, though.
So, yeah.
And so I guess that's where y'all met, was at War?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we met at Gator for the first time. Cause he'll come.
No, it's actually, what's his name? Josh's house.
Yeah, we met.
It?
It's probably been like a year. Probably known each other for like a year.
Okay.
Because it was around like my first fight.
Yeah, no, I think it was a little longer, probably.
Maybe a little. But not,
like 2 years now.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so I know that since y'all are both flyweights, do y'all are y'all each other's training partners for like fight camps and stuff like that as well?
Yeah.
Kind of work with each other?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and so...
Who's better?
Man, we have our days.
We have our days.
We have our days. Sometimes one of us will drive home upset.
Yeah. That's funny though, man. But that's cool though. So so I guess like, you know, with y'all, because y'all both have different statures as well, different builds, so I guess that helps a lot versus whoever y'all going to be facing next.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's pretty diverse as well. So do you train over at TSA as well?
Yeah. I'm usually for whenever I'm in camp, I'm usually there Mondays and Tuesdays. And then, you know, I go to War other days or in the evening. But right now, because he's in camp, I pretty much just go there whenever he goes.
Okay, I got you.
To help him out.
Cool.
So yeah.
Sure. Well, we got quiet for a second. So style, they always say that styles make fights. I was just curious. So y'all each kind of have your own styles, but you are well rounded. So if you were so you had one of your coaches telling you should probably go pro soon, or they believe that you can go pro soon, and then at some point you're going to go pro. Do you want to like start setting up your pro career like a certain way? Do you want to be known as like a striker? You want to be known as a guy that taps people out?
Everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's the most scary, because if it's a wrestler, okay, I'll work on wrestling defense and I'll try to keep standing.
You don't want to like
striker, I'll wrestle him. You know what I mean?
You don't want to like trick people into fighting a certain way against you.
Yeah.
Like win a couple fights and then they'll be like, oh, he's a striker, and then they take you down. And we already choked out someone.
Yeah,
so.
And then like Josh Altum, like, bro, he has so many people turn down his fights because he's so good on the ground.
Yeah. But
they know how good he hasn't really been able to show off too much of his striking, but they know how good his striking is too, because he's well rounded, and like a lot of people don't want to fight him. That's how I kind of want to be.
Yeah.
Just getting.
We work with Carlos Nava, and he has some trouble getting fights because he's real good. He's a boxer, with the Dukes up. So, but he has a lot of trouble getting fights sometimes. People turn him down a lot. With boxing, it's a lot easier to get a fight, I think, though. But
yeah, it is. You can pay someone to you can pay a bum to come fight.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
You really can.
Yeah. Because like he'll like fight some guy, and it's like, where did y'all find this guy? You know?
We'll give you $1,000.
Carlos is also super fucking good, so he makes anybody that he fights look like they're just a completely level, a whole other level under him and shit. I think he's had like 90 amateur fights before he was a pro.
Just
boxer.
about 90 something.
Yeah.
He was like he went like 86
and
11.
Yes, I think it was 11.
That's
yeah,
impressive.
84 and 11, 86 and 11, something like that. And Yeah, it's intense, but he has a lot of trouble getting fights now, so I know it kind of sucks.
Because he was in the Junior Olympics with guys like Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia and shit like that. So he's like, when it comes to talent, it comes to skill level, he's up there with all these other guys and shit.
So you're trying to have that kind of trouble getting a fight?
Yeah, I feel like MMA it's easy, bro. Look at Sean O'Malley and Tonio, or however you
Chris
say it.
Moutinho?
Like, bro, like, they'll get you a fight with somebody.
Yeah,
That's
I never
true.
got how that fucking fight got booked though. All the
It
bantamweights you have in the
shouldn't have
UFC.
It was like Moutinho had like a 2-3 weeks
Yeah.
to get ready for that fight.
Yeah.
Damn.
I went and watched his fights on YouTube, and I was like, nah, shit. Like,
Yeah.
he's tough though. He's tough.
It was a lot. I don't know if better is the word I would use, but I was impressed by how well he was hanging in there on the feet, because I knew he was a jiu-jitsu coach. So it's like he's got great jiu-jitsu, but he just wouldn't stop coming at him. I was like, dude, shoot.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It just shows his mental though. Like he's mentally, like he's tough.
And so when it comes down to the fight, so we got to watch your last fight and everything, and I wasn't surprised at all to see piece of the fighter at all, because I knew you had good hands, and it's not a knock on non-hands at all, but I know you have good hands as well. But when it came to going to the ground, like I was like, not that I was surprised, but I was like, damn, this dude can do everything.
Right.
And so I guess we're training over at War Training Center with Jeremy and with Coach Adam and all them. Like I know that they're pretty big on making sure you're well versed in all aspects of the fight, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And so I guess like with that, so it's like where do you like the fight to go whenever you're in the fight then? Because it seems like you're just ready in every aspect, you know?
Yeah, so like honestly, I love throwing hands. That's like that's
Yeah.
my thing. I like to stand up, but like really like one of my goals is to like I want to be able to throw hands and then being able to take my opponents down whenever I want to.
Yeah.
Or like I just want to make them I want them to take me down, try to take me down, because I know that kind of wears out on them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So prefer like I just want to break people basically. Like
Yeah.
I want to get to that level. Like right now, I believe I'm not there yet, but that's what I'm working towards to, being able to like break my opponents where they just want to shoot on me, they know they can't stand there anymore.
Yeah.
Or they just throwing, random shots.
Yeah, just trying to land something and shit.
Yeah.
Because you don't see a lot of grinders in the flyweight division.
Nah.
There's nobody that's really trying to break people in there.
Exactly.
There's just a lot of really fast guys, though. Like, we saw one this past Sunday with Christian McLean. Did y'all catch that fight?
I saw that
yeah,
fight.
like, that dude was just, non-stop going. It was like he had a pace that was hard to keep up with. But
Exactly.
It wasn't, it was intense watching it, though. I was like, dude, because he had landed a good head kick on Jacob Silva, and we're big fans of Jacob Silva, so we're like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
And but he landed a head kick, and we were like, dude, that shit came out of nowhere. Like, it was like literally mid punch when he
It was
landed
a
that punch.
really good angle too. He didn't bring it like around. He came straight up with it.
Yeah.
It was just a really good angle.
So, but yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I don't even remember. I didn't know you were gonna say something.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I thought.
Anyway though, so is the goal UFC? Is that the goal for you?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Would you ever be interested in doing something like PFL? Do you know what PFL is?
Yeah, I know what PFL is.
Did they really win $1 million?
Yeah. Sean O'Connell's won it twice, and so he's got
Wow.
$2 million,
That's way
and
more
then
than the UFC.
he
Shit,
ret-
you might have to go there.
he retired, and now he's a commentator for them because he's like, I don't ever have to fight again, but I don't want to not be in
Bro, what if we
MMA.
both go and then we try to fight each other and we just split it? That'd be cool too.
Hell yeah.
We have a better chance with two of us.
We're gonna have to edit that out in case y'all both.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
no,
funny.
it's cool that they do that though. They put on a lot of entertaining fights and shit too. They got a lot of people on the come up, and people that weren't ready to be in the UFC fought there.
Yeah.
And they fight in there as well. Like Antonio Carlos Jr. just won their most recent season, so he won $1 million for doing that shit. But
Wow.
yeah, Sean O'Connell won it twice in a row, and then he was like, "Yeah, I don't have to fight anymore." It's like Zach said, it's like I could just call it a
Sets
career.
him up.
Wait, he's
Yeah.
gonna retire with $2 million only?
Yeah, he was just hanging
And
out.
still
bro.
have a great job as a commentator because I guarantee
Oh
you
yeah,
he makes
for sure.
at least 80,000,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So he's just hanging out.
and all he does is sit and watch fights.
Yeah, and it's like who's that? Paul Felder was making like 50,000 a fight. Like each night, each event, he's making 50,000
For commentating?
Yeah,
Whoa.
like more than what he was making to be as
Jeez.
like a fight. He was
Hell
making
yeah.
that.
Bro,
he
they
was
like,
like, dude,
commentators more than fighters?
fuck yeah,
That's
dude.
fucking insane.
Bro,
Yeah,
that's
that's crazy.
disrespectful.
That is disrespectful.
That's what Aljamain Sterling recently spoke out on, and he was like, I don't see what an extra 5% of the company would do to hurt the company. He was like, it's a multi-million-dollar company and shit, which is
And then
true.
the amount
Yeah.
that they bring in from merchandise and sponsors, all that kind of
Using people
stuff.
in the game.
Yeah, there's no because they're supposed to get royalties checks for that shit.
They should.
Yeah, so they don't get royalties checks though, and so they're not getting paid for being in the game. They're not getting paid for someone buys some of their Venom gear or some shit. Like they don't get paid for any of that.
We should get a percentage.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
we just help them out a little bit. It's like the most recent thing they did was the crypto bonus. Did y'all hear about that shit? And so it was like after the event, you could vote for like who was your favorite fighter of the night, and it always sucks because like people are always gonna pick fan favorites no matter what.
Yeah.
And so like I think what's his name, fucking Hazmat won like $50,000 in Bitcoin and shit. Like it was all cryptocurrencies they gave him and stuff. And the cool thing about that is like those prices will always go up. Yeah,
exactly.
So he's always gonna be making money off of that shit.
Exactly.
I wish it would always go up.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
No, that's
Freaking
pretty
weird.
cool right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, and so I think Volkanovski got one, and I forgot who else got a bonus for that night as well.
I know they have that Marshall Inu. That's a new crypto they made. It's named after Joe Rogan's dog.
Oh yeah.
Or Marshall Rogan Inu. That's what it's called. But they sponsor fighters, and they just every time they pay them in crypto.
Oh, wow.
So I think that's cool because you're gonna be constantly building it up
sure.
without ever having to put your own money into it.
Exactly.
And eventually it's gonna pop off because I don't know how into crypto y'all are.
I am. I see you got a Doge.
Yeah. So my issue with Marshall Rogan Inu is if you're sponsoring fighters and you're paying them in that crypto, every time you pay a fighter, the value goes down. So when is it ever going to go up? Like I'm not saying it won't go up, but it's never going to like pop off.
Yeah,
because you're constantly going to be making more of it.
Yeah.
So I wasn't. Whenever they said that they were sponsoring fighters, I was like, well, that's really freaking cool. And I was like, wait a second. It's going to be worthless after a while because everyone's going to have it and there's just not going to be a limit to it. So I don't know how it works with what they're doing there.
Maybe because it's not a lot of fighters out there, if you think about it. And then the more people find out about it, they buy into it, then it'll probably grow from there, It's probably like one of those slow things that it's going to take years.
It's
it could.
A lot of
I mean, Bitcoin was around for what, like 6 years before it took off?
Exactly. So like it could be one of those things.
Yeah, and so I guess when back into all the fighting and stuff like that too. So like, was there any fighters like that you were watching because you wanted to do MMA? Like you said, was there fighters that you would watch that you kind of wanted to emulate or that inspired you kind of keep it going with the sport?
Gotcha. So I grew up watching. I didn't grow up watching him, but one of my favorite fighters is TJ Dillashaw.
Yeah. So
I watch him a lot, so I kind of learned a few things from him, although I don't fight like him.
Yeah.
But, I just pick up a few things. I pick up a few things from a lot of fighters, even Peter Yan, there's a few things that they do, I pick it up, and I try to add it to my,
to your arsenal. Yeah. Just don't follow in his footsteps, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was about to say, I like Dillashaw,
that.
but someone recently called him Pillashaw, and it cracked me up. That was hilarious.
But I love his style, though. Like, I believe he's got like one of the best footwork.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, he took what Dominic Cruz did and then made it better.
Exactly.
And I was like, dude, how did you freaking do that? Like, and he did it so quietly too.
Exactly.
And when you watch, like, I really do like TJ Dillashaw. When you watch his Ultimate Fighter,
coming from,
that his MMA career like really mirrors the season of Ultimate Fighter. He was just quietly winning the whole time.
Yep.
And when he got called out for it, he was like, "Why are y'all mad? Like, I'm winning.
Exactly.
It's working. Why wouldn't you do that?"
Exactly.
And then I guess that's how he sees steroids. Like, why would y'all be mad? I'm winning. I'm just kidding. But yeah, like I really like what he did with that style, and it obviously works. Like, you look at what he did to Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's when I was like, dude, that's peak.
Just on another freaking
peak.
level.
But it's not.
He didn't look the same against Corey to me.
No.
But Corey's good.
Yeah.
Corey.
And he's also a very big bantamweight.
Yeah, I was about to say, Sandhagen
like 5'8" to 5'6".
And he did blow his knee out. I forgot about that. He did blow his knee out.
And I think Dillashaw, because of the way he fights, he's used to having reach over people.
Or a really good cardio.
Yeah. Cardio, better range.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so when he fights Sandhagen, that's taken away from him.
Yeah.
So it's a tougher fight. Sandhagen's always going to be a tougher fight. And like,
for
anybody,
sure.
Yeah.
People get lucky when they finish Sandhagen. I don't think anybody finishes Sandhagen because they're a better striker than he is.
Yeah, like Aljamain finished him, and that was surprising. I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah.
I think he just had a bad night.
Yeah.
Like, I think if they fight again, I don't know. I got Corey.
I think Aljamain can still.
It's just freaking wrestling, dude. It's so hard to
Yeah.
stop when someone's that good at something.
Yeah.
And when they're that much, like, when they're that long, like he's so long,
Exactly.
it's just so hard
Who
to
you
stop
got,
that.
TJ or Aljamain?
I have Aljamain, honestly.
Is TJ on steroids?
I got TJ. I got TJ on that. Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
TJ.
I mean, I can understand why though, because like he has certain elements that Aljamain doesn't have.
TJ
Yeah,
is
he
also
has
a
the
great
wrestling-
wrestler.
he has
Yeah,
the
that's.
wrestling
I was
match.
just gonna mention that.
He was a wrestler when he started.
Exactly.
So I think TJ could win that one pretty easily, but
I wouldn't say easy.
it's not to take anything away from Aljamain. Well, I think TJ is, because of his skill set, is set up for an easier night than Aljamain is.
Yeah.
I think Aljamain is going to shoot in and probably start getting frustrated because he's used to getting those takedowns. I don't think he gets them in the first round.
Yeah, like I don't see him KOing TJ.
Yeah, no.
It could happen. You know,
It could. Anything can
I
happen.
just don't see
And then
it.
TJ's
But-
pressure too, man.
Yeah.
is-
Yeah.
Like even when he fought Sandhagen, like his pressure was there. Like although he was getting hit and
Yeah.
all, but like his pressure was still. Like,
He's
he
more
kept
than
coming.
willing to give one and get one.
Exactly, he's like
and
one of those.
he can take it too. That's one of the main things. I'm always surprised with his chin because I remember in his in the Ultimate Fighter finale when he fought John Dodson, he got clipped and his legs were like not there at all, but he's still somehow like kind of walking.
It's that mental
And I'm like,
mentality,
dude,
bro.
you just
That
don't
wrestling.
quit. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
wrestlers
wrestling
are so freaking tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why whenever he fought Cejudo, same shit. Like he was never really out of it, but his legs weren't under him either.
Yep.
And so one thing I like about Dillashaw though is like his stance switch, the way he does it. Even whenever he's throwing a combination, he can be in mid stance switch and throw something as well.
Yep.
And you'll see other fighters try to do it, and they just throw themselves off balance.
Yep.
And shit.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how he does it. Like his footwork's some of my favorite because like he all said is like it was really quiet on his rise when he fought Hayden Brow. It's like he was good. He was winning.
Dude.
He was winning. He was on like a 6-5 win streak. Up
Yeah.
something. And then he goes in there and he just like fucking beats the shit
Destroys
out
him.
of Barral. And then it was like, where did that come from? You
Exactly.
know, it was on the feet too. Like no one
Exactly.
expected that, and it's like how it's crazy that no one expected it whenever he was already doing that as well.
Yeah.
You know, and so
It's weird to hear about someone being a Dillashaw fan though.
Yeah,
It's weird. I'm not used to it.
I don't care. Like I was
Because
just
we
saying, like that's like I mean his footwork. Like his footwork is pretty good.
Yeah, like
It's always
appreciate
been
the
there.
fighter for their skills.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Yeah.
their skills themselves aren't boosted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
it was like when what's his name fought. It's like when John Jones fights. A lot of people are still fans of John Jones.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
like John
Yeah,
Jones.
I'm not a big fan of him either, honestly.
I love
He's
John
just so
Jones.
like douchey for no reason.
He's
Not-
really
yeah,
good,
yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah.
Like he's got
No,
he's got a
good.
lot of reason
Bro,
to be
he
a
would
dick.
kill me. But
Yeah,
like,
I mean he would kill me too, dude. It's
I don't know, bro. It is if he's gonna fight, I want to see him fight already, bro. Because
Yeah.
he keeps saying he's gonna fight, but
Well, he had a fight set for July against
With Stipe.
and then
isn't
Stipe.
Stipe like 40.
Yeah, but all those heavyweights are like 40.
Well, he's like 40.
John's what, 38?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
he's
Nah, he's like
old.
but it's
35.
John Jones, bro.
Let me
His
look it up.
family.
Yeah.
They're athletic.
True.
They're all they're all athletic.
Super Bowl
Bro,
winners.
They're all football players.
They're also
Oh, yeah,
all-
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
that's
Super Bowl
Stipe's a
winners.
firefighter.
Chandler and Arthur Jones. They're all on the juice though. So,
Yeah.
And
Those
that's
football,
true, though.
yeah, they're all on the juice.
Yeah, because they got caught on the same shit John Jones got caught with.
I wonder if his brother, I bet his brothers
Yeah.
convinced him to do it.
Probably.
I'm
I
sure.
wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised.
And so, what's it called? They
That locker room mentality.
So they were
I
gonna
wouldn't be
have
surprised.
Fucking Stipe was supposed to fight in July against. That's what their talks were. But then Stipe said he won't be in his prime until like September. So that's when they're looking to make that fight happen.
I'm glad that John agreed to it though.
Yeah.
I was worried he was gonna be like, "No, I want to fight now." I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
just fight Stipe.
I know he
Like
said
you're
he
not
was-
gonna get anything else.
Yeah, I know he said he's pretty disappointed with it, but it's like they should have just if he was like that itching for a fight, I wouldn't mind seeing him and Cyril Gane though. But I
Yeah.
feel like that fight should
He
probably
ain't
wait
ready
until
for
the
Cyril Gane.
championship though.
He's not ready for Cyril
You don't
Gane.
think?
I just can't imagine that John Jones is
He'd have to
ready
wrestle.
for heavyweight right now. Like,
I think Stipe is a good
A very
Ste-
good
yeah.
choice.
welcome
yeah.
fight.
because Stipe is also not going to try and take John down. So
Yeah.
John doesn't have to worry about that. He can really feel himself by being on his feet and trying to fight the way he fights at
Yeah.
heavyweight because he's never done that yet. And I know he's done it in sparring, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
it's different when you're in the cage fighting. And I think Stipe is a great test for that because you know he's not going to try to take you down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot who that John Jones was training wrestling with. He was training with a heavyweight wrestler though, and he said it was humbling, like immediately. Like the guy, he was like, I was not expecting heavyweight to be that fucking fast and shit. And they were just sprawling, and he was like, yeah, dude, he was quick. Like, And,
You're saying John Jones was quick?
John Jones said the other guy was fast. I didn't expect the heavyweight to be able to move that fast.
Yeah.
But I just think it's also like, John Jones has a lot of catching up to do since he's been out for so long and bulking up. He put on a lot of weight.
He looks huge.
Yeah. And so for a while, it's just you could just see it in his belly, and now he's defining the rest of it as well.
Yeah.
And stuff. So I mean, but he's a big ass dude though. He's like 6'4". So I mean, him going heavyweight just makes sense at this point now.
For sure.
And so that's going to be... I'm excited to see him at heavyweight finally, though. But I'm not a big fan of him. But as a person, I'm not. But as a fighter, he's fucking incredible, though.
He's one of the best to ever do it.
I can see that.
Yeah. And so, I don't know. There's a lot going on with that. So what's up with you? What's new with you?
I'm in camp right now. I'm pretty sure I'm fighting June 12th.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't get paid to do shit. So it's like, if 2 weeks, like, from being sick...
Yeah.
Like, if something's wrong, then, I'd pull out, like...
Right.
Bro doesn't pay me to show up. I don't have to show up. But
right.
I'm in camp right now, and I don't know. I'm excited for this one, dude. I love the matchup with the kid. That's why I wanted to take it. I didn't know if I was gonna take it because I felt bad from being sick.
Mm-hmm.
But like this week, like he called me earlier, and I was on the bike, like hitting my second session. So
yeah.
I feel good. I'm excited for this matchup too. And
who's your opponent?
Luis Rodriguez. I'm pretty sure, unless he has something come up. But
yeah.
Same kid.
Okay, and so we talked a little bit about him last time. So he's more of a striker, right?
Wrestler. He just bounces off, kind of funny.
Okay.
Yeah, but he'll shoot. He shoots his like outside single. Like we know, like we're so good at mimicking each other's opponents.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Like he was like, bro, I've seen this before in his fight or whatever.
Yeah.
Like we're real good at mimicking the opponent. So like we know it's hard to beat someone when they know everything you're gonna do. And
right.
I know everything he's gonna do. You
right.
know what I mean? But things happen. Like you can get caught. You can whatever. But I'm really excited for this fight.
Yeah.
Like, I've never been excited for a fight, but I'm like really excited for this.
That's cool though. So this fight's happening at the Escapade this time around, or is it gonna be
pretty sure it's gonna be there.
Pretty sure. I feel like that's where they do all the new Ammy cards now.
Yeah. So
it's a cool venue.
It is a cool venue.
Oh, yeah.
Expensive as hell though.
Really? Their food and their drinks. I bought 2 drinks and it was $30.
Yeah.
Holy!
He got me a beer and he got himself a mixed drink. It was $30. So
wow!
Like, fuck. I was like, we're gonna be drinking beers in the parking lot before
Jesus
the fight.
Christ.
Now,
You gotta go in through the back. What time is it? Before 2.
Yeah.
Or something.
Hook us up.
Dude,
Get us in the back.
I didn't know that.
Tell them you're working on something.
I'll bring a fucking ladder, dude. That's it.
Actually,
that works every time.
We're one of those vests.
Yeah, get us one of y'all's fucking gym shirts and shit. We'll just be like, we're here with Briers in the way. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Get you a Fury shirt. You should be good.
Dude, I'll fucking look into it. They actually sell Fury merchandise too.
Yeah, so they just started selling it at the last one.
Yeah.
Tell them you're a tech guy. Get your glasses. Just be like, yeah, I'm working on the sound.
We're doing
audio.
we're doing the lights, dude.
Yeah.
If you don't get us in there, the lights aren't gonna be. They're not gonna be flashing, bro. You like the sparks when they shoot up, right?
It's for UFC Fight Pass, man. It's important. Shit.
I'm the pyrotechnic, man.
But no, that's cool. So I know that you've been. So what's good though is you're also recovering a lot after having COVID and shit like that. So
yeah, it was
that's
bad, dude. I was in the ER. Like
oh shit.
Yeah, I had to get fluids, like all sorts of stuff. They didn't really give me no medicine because they're like, we can't really. There's
nothing we can give you.
Yeah, you just gotta kind of heal up. I had a fever for like 4 days.
Yeah.
And then the week after, though, I finally went back to training and everything. And then, dude, I felt like crap. Like I couldn't even do like a 3-minute round on the bag.
No
like,
shit.
That's how bad it was. That's why I was texting you. I was saying like I don't know.
Yeah.
But this week I feel like normal again.
Yeah, it just takes a little bit of time and shit. So.
Yeah, it's like it blew out my lungs or something. Like. I'm good now.
Yeah, for sure. Because that's what we talked about when I had it too. Like I got back to work and I was fucking dead.
Yeah, bro, walking up the stairs, that was like a mission.
Dude, it's like that for me every time I walk upstairs. Like, I'm like, fuck, man, this is not fun. But no, that's good though, man. So I mean, I know for sure that and you're surrounded by a good team that knows that if you're not gonna be at 100%, they'll let you know ahead of time.
Yeah,
and shit too. So because I know that you're probably used to going in there and just fucking getting it every single time, And so, bro, rest is important, dude. And so that was the biggest thing was just staying hydrated when I had COVID and shit.
Yeah, it felt like cutting weight. Like I could feel my like kidney or whatever that is in the back.
Yeah.
Or whatever, you could feel them. And then as soon as I got the IV, I felt amazing.
Yeah. Because you got hydrated.
I lost like 10 pounds, and I really feel like it was water weight. Because I wasn't eating, I wasn't drinking. I had like I probably ate 1 time in the span of like 3 days.
Yeah.
Like didn't eat anything.
You just weren't hungry?
Yeah. Like I knew I needed to eat, so I'd try to eat like a couple pieces of fruit or something.
Yeah,
but
no, appetite.
Yeah, no, like you don't want to eat anything.
Yeah, I had to force myself to eat a lot because I just wasn't hungry at all, and like make myself drink water and shit. Like I had to chug a bottle of water because I didn't want to do it.
Yeah,
and shit.
Then if you're not eating and then you're drinking water, it's not sticking to you.
Yeah,
it's just going right through you.
Yeah, and so that's what shit, dude. Do y'all ever drink those liquid IVs?
No, I drink the. It's like similar. It's like called BioSteel or something.
I think I've heard of it. It's like pretty much electrolytes you just add to water.
Yeah, it's just the same thing.
And so I was always wondering like how fucking nice it must feel to like flourish, like nourish yourself after a weight cut or to get rehydrated. It's probably like one of the best feelings, huh?
Yeah. No, I didn't even feel like I was sick in the like little emergency room or whatever. Like I felt great, and then like 30 minutes later I just felt sick again.
Yeah. So, but no, that's good though, man. So whatever, be looking out for that fight real soon. And so I know that we talked a little bit, and Zach brought it up as well, that they're talking with you about going pro. And it's like, so are you ready to make that jump, or do you want to have a couple more amateur fights and see where things go with that?
Like I said, I'm just I just have a talk with my coaches. Yeah. And see what they think, and I trust them. You know what I mean? So like whatever they say, I'll just go along with that. If they believe I should do one more amateur, I'll go ahead and do it.
Yeah, because I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
They want me to go pro, I'll go ahead and do that too.
So yeah, because you're very well rounded as well. I mean, that's what you took that fight into where you wanted, and Nanez is a very tough fight too. I mean, for anybody. And so I mean, he's well rounded as well. He trains with some great guys over there with Colton England at the Renzo Gracie Academy. And so, I mean, it was a great performance by you. We enjoyed the hell out of it. So.
Appreciate it.
It was fun, dude. Yeah. I was like right there by the cage. Like I felt like I had my phone like this. Yeah. Another thing though is like I told him too. Like we're the same age. We're only 22. Like there's no rush. You're still in college. Like there's no rush to go pro. Yeah. You know what I mean? If anything, because all your amateur. Were you in high school when you had your first amateur fight?
Literally after I graduated, I had like 3.
Yeah, see, and those are like not on the same skill base. So, bro, you could get like 2 or 3 more, or probably like 2 more.
Yeah, you're not even in your physical prime yet. Like, like honestly, like it doesn't hit till you're about 27, and so I was like, you still have a lot of time to learn as well.
And your skills are already there. You know what I mean? We're sparring with pros, and you know what I mean. Yeah, like, they can't hit them, so. And still being that young, you know what I mean? There's no rush.
Yeah, there's anybody that you kind of still hope is around whenever you get up there so you can fight them? Like, not in a fucked up way, but that you're a fan of them?
Like in the UFC?
Like in the UFC, just anybody that you see, like, man, it'd be fun. That'd be a fun fight.
Honestly, like, y'all might think I'm crazy for that, but I would want to, like, not fight him in a real fight, but, like, I would want to train with, what's his name, Dillashaw.
Dillashaw,
yeah. Like, I would love to learn from him, actually.
Dude, they do a lot of good shit right there. Training lab, and he's right there with Dwayne Ludwig. Yeah. And so I'm a big fan of Sam Calviti.
For sure.
And so he's got his guys on a whole different fucking level when it comes to the game. Like, you see Cub Swanson right now. Yeah. I mean, that dude's fucking... Who did he just fight? Darren Elkins?
He fought him, too.
Yeah, he fought Darren Elkins, I think is his most recent one. He beat the shit out of Darren Elkins. And no one beats it. Well, everyone beats the shit out of Darren Elkins, but he usually comes back, like, Yeah. And he didn't come back. Like, Cub Swanson was just doing kind of what, like, TJ does. He was, like, when he would rush in, like, he would square up. It was weird. Like, he would square up and then, like, throw a combination mid-stance and then go back and then just fucking crumbled him.
Yeah.
And so, he's talking about coming back down to 135 as well. And so, Cub Swanson.
He's going to 35?
He's hinted at it, yeah. He said he feels that good to make the cut.
Hell no.
They feel good till they're there.
Yeah.
That's an extra 10 pounds.
It's huge.
Yeah. Like, we've seen plenty of guys, they do that shit. Like, they feel good to do it. Like, it happened to TJ, it happened to Cody as well. Yeah. And so they go down to 25, and they're like, there's a whole different thing when you get down there.
Yeah, exactly. It does.
And so, but yeah, he's, what's that fight? But Uriah Faber said that he would like to fight Cub Swanson at 45 for the WEC title.
I would love that.
Dude, that would be fun.
That would be freaking sick.
Yeah. Faber and Cub Swanson?
Yeah.
Faber's tiny.
Yeah. He used to fight at 145.
Yeah.
Really?
That's when he fought Aldo.
That's right.
Like, right before Aldo started his, like, huge run, it was Mike Brown, but between that, it was like Uriah Faber was on like a 23-fight win streak. And he's fucking everybody up. He beat Dominic Cruz. He beat a couple other guys. Fights Mike Brown. And I think in the second fight they fought because Mike Brown knocked him out. And then the second fight, he broke his hand. And then after that, Uriah Faber drops down to 135 eventually and shit. But Yeah, Faber is crazy as shit that he was 145, but he used to wrestle at 135, so he's like, I can make the cut. He's like, I just don't have to cut weight at 145, pretty much.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's crazy.
What about you, Hayden? Who do you hope's around whenever you go pro so you can fight him?
O'Malley.
No. I don't. Whatever's gonna make me money, bro.
Sam Hagen.
O'Malley.
No,
Fight O'Malley.
Will probably fuck me up. Now, maybe not later. I don't know. Just whatever makes me money, bro. Like I don't.
Yeah, I'll go for Connor.
Yeah, bro. That's the money fight, honestly.
Sure.
Bro, we're both 5'9".
Yeah.
I just gotta put on some weight.
He's like 180.
Dude, yeah, he's like 190 something right now.
He's still?
Yeah.
Damn.
He ain't doing nothing else.
Yeah, he's just boxing, man. He needs
This
to get
dude's
his ass
massive.
into the wrestling gym, but yeah, because I like McGregor a lot, but
yeah,
I'm like
he's good.
Yeah.
His hands are good. People are like, oh, he's main. No, dude, he's good.
Yeah, he's very, very good.
He actually got good wrestling, believe it or not. You know, like when he fought Khabib and he was defending the takedown, he was actually doing like real like wrestling technique, and it looked good. And I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, he what's that? When he stuffed the first takedown in that fight, like he's got such long arms that he grabbed Khabib's ankle and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, how the hell did you do that? And he just reached around. Khabib couldn't do anything with it. He was stuck right there. Yeah. I'm like, fuck, dude.
Eddie
that's
Bravo
crazy.
talked about how he was like, we had a class going on, and then he was like, but like 2 hours before, I got a call saying that Connor wanted to come in. And I was like, dude, I'll clear out the gym. We have a class going on in the back. You just go hang out and do whatever you want, man. And he's like, so Connor comes in. He was working on some stuff for a while, but then he ended up coming in the back. And he was like, hey, can I roll with your guys? And I was like, sure, man. And he was like, and he rolled with 2 or 3, and he got tapped out. He's like, but he stayed there. And like the longer he stayed, you could tell he was learning like in that moment, because each time, as opposed to like other guys who would get tired or discouraged when they weren't winning, he was like, he was learning, and he was getting better each time he rolled with a new guy. And Eddie Bravo's not gonna like lie and hype somebody up.
Yeah.
So when he said that, I was like, okay, I believe it.
Yeah.
He probably just should have stayed at 145 though. I think that was his downfall, is going up in weight, because he probably just much
he was
bigger guys.
killing everyone at 45.
I think he would still be killing everybody at 45, honestly.
He would never make 45 ever again.
No.
Yeah.
No, if he had never left, he would have been all right.
Yeah.
But he started jumping all over the place.
I feel
and
like
then
once he fought Eddie Alvarez, like his body frame, like it didn't even look like he could make a 45 anymore.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he just got bigger, and he probably like fuck killing myself. You see how sucked in his face was? Like it was
some of those weigh-ins were pretty rough looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was really killing himself to make it there.
Yeah, and I think also he's walking around super heavy as well. Like he would never like kind of like start to wean himself off anything. He would just straight like just drop everything and just start cutting weight and shit. Because I think like he would I think like 2 weeks before a fight he was at 162 and shit, and it was like he was supposed to fight at 145 and shit, and he still managed to make the weight cut.
Damn.
And so because his fight leading in with Chad Mendez is probably the worst. That's the one picture that everybody always sees of him, because he was like 162 2 weeks before the fight.
Damn.
And it's like, dude, that's 20 fucking pounds you gotta drop, man. And you could tell that it wasn't ever a healthy weight cut either. He would look super drawn out and stuff. But that guy's
gave
something
him
special.
give him that crazy look that he's known for though in the weigh-ins.
Yeah.
All the crazy like screams he would do, and he would stare at the camera.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna be immortalized just in those pictures.
Yeah.
Like forever.
And people try to emulate that shit all the time, you know.
Shit don't work.
No, it does not work. It's super lame when other people try to do it, honestly.
Fuck around and lose.
Yeah.
Fucking dude.
The guy that we were talking about, Sean O'Connell, I think Sean O'Connell has some of the best weigh-in, I don't know if you'd call them like
it's like
traditions, but he'll go out there and he'll like play games with people, or he'll like have a drink and like open up a beer for him and hand it to him. Like he does all kinds of stuff.
He walked up on one fighter and he fucking booped him on the nose and shit.
Oh, I think I've seen that one.
Or like one time he got one of the guys flowers and shit. Like or
I would have laughed if somebody touched my nose. I'd be like,
he's freaking hilarious. He's a cool dude, but like Tom Lawler always did a bunch of crazy stuff at weigh-ins. What do you think about Ion Kutolaiba? Do y'all know him?
No.
He's is he middleweight, right, or light heavyweight?
He's a light heavyweight.
He used to fight at middleweight?
I don't think so. He's pretty big.
He is pretty big. But anyway, he'll like paint his entire body green.
oh, the dude that does that? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I think he's light heavyweight.
That's too much.
I think he's a middle of light heavyweight. I don't know.
How would you do that, bro?
That's
I
so
don't know,
much
man.
work.
Yeah.
Who, like, how long did it take to do that?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Is it your friend who did it? Like,
yeah.
He's the Hulk.
Were they like, oh, this is going to be so cool, man?
No one's going to want to fuck with you after this one. Like,
yeah, your opponent's going to be scary. It's like, oh, shit, I'm fighting the Hulk.
Yeah. It's funny because when he did that shit, he walked up to Khalil Roundtree and fucking they got pretty intense and shit. And he actually beat Khalil Roundtree the next night.
Yeah,
so I was like, damn, dude. But
if they ever fought again,
it would be a very different story.
Roundtree would beat the hell out of him if they fought again. Y'all know Khalil Roundtree?
I do know Khalil
Roundtree. Oh my god, I freaking love that dude.
Yeah.
He's one of my
He's
favorites.
got power
now.
too.
Yeah, dude, he's a fucking killer. Like, he's a savage when he gets in there. Like, no matter where the fight goes, he's gonna beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. It's crazy because he just like after he lost to Johnny Walker, then packs everything up and moved to Thailand and shit, and just started training heavy in that.
They it was him and his coaches made the decision to move over there, and they were like, "No, you're going for a year, and then we're gonna go back and check on you after a year and see what happens." And he was like, "Okay." He's like, "So I was there by myself, like all the time, going at the gyms." And he said the first time I went to one of the gyms, I brought. He was like, I was just in like my Nikes, or whatever like shoes he had. He was like, I was just sitting there with my shoes, and like I saw some guys running, and I didn't really know what to do, so I was just gonna go hit some bags. And he's like, so I sit on the floor with like my stuff. I didn't have a whole lot, but he's like, I'm sitting on the floor and someone walks up to me. They're like, hey, are you going to go run? I was like, I don't know, man. I just got here. Like, nah, you need to go run. Take your shoes off. Go run. He's like, oh, I didn't bring anything else. Like, oh, no, that's what it was. He brought flip-flops and he didn't have running shoes. And they were like, no, you got to go run. And I was like, I didn't bring shoes though. And he's like, I don't care. You got to go run. You're not training until you run. And he's like, oh. All right, and so he ran in flip-flops for like 2 miles.
Jesus, man.
I cycle in flip-flops sometimes. Like I'll go to my, like, I didn't do it today, but I'll go to my parents' house, and then we have like a little stationary bike or whatever, little stand we put the bike on.
Yeah.
And I always wear slides, and then I'll forget it, so I just I don't want to get my shoes messed up, so I'll go in my dad's closet and take his flip-flops. And I'll just use flip-flops. Hey, it worked. I'm getting the work done.
Exactly, man. It's on a bike, so you're good. You don't gotta worry about shin splints or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I hate running.
Dude, I do too. This shit sucks.
It's good for you, and I feel like it helps with your mental.
Yeah.
But like last camp, I feel like I was running too much because I got like shin splints.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that or ice them and shit.
Yeah, you gotta be smart. Like I was gonna run today, but I was like, man, I'll just do the bike because my body's already like we hit some strength and conditioning together the other day, and I was like, man, it's just gonna hurt me. You know, there's so much impact. So I'm like the cycle for 30 minutes and sweat and
You're telling me, man. I'm like twice your size.
Yeah.
I freaking go running.
I feel like it's smashing.
I haven't had any shin splints yet. I'm pretty happy about that. I hadn't even thought about that till just now.
Yeah.
They hurt.
I'm pretty happy about that.
They hurt.
So I know that you train pretty often, like 2 times a day, right? Typically.
Yeah, usually. Like I started working with my my uncle, like doing like he does like drywall, floors, landscape, like anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I worked with him Monday, Tuesday, and then we trained Monday or Tuesday.
Last time?
Yeah, I think we trained Tuesday, right?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, we did like an hour of drilling.
That was Monday.
Oh, Monday.
Yeah.
So I like went to work and then like I wasn't able to train twice, so I hit my cardio Monday or whatever I did. Tuesday, same thing, went to work, came home, hour drilling, he came over, and then we hit hour strength and conditioning. Today I didn't work, so hit my 2 a day.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? So it depends. I'm working with him now just to help pay for stuff. So
Right. And so I know that you're pretty busy as well. I know that you work a full-time job with coaching kids and stuff like that. So how are you able to keep that schedule kind of going?
Well, so I only work for like on the weekdays, like Monday to Friday.
Okay.
I work 5 to 6.
Okay.
So it's not that bad. And then on the weekends, like Saturdays, we have a league, and so it's from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. So those are like my long days. But so it's only 5 to 6, so I can usually work out in the morning. But I also I'm a full-time student actually. Okay. So that's kind of what holds me back a little bit. Okay. You know, but it's just time management, you know, like what helps me is a calendar. So like I get a calendar and I pretty much got to scratch out everything that like I have to do throughout the day. You know, so it's like a mission, like I got to get this done. So it's basically you just gotta be disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, I'm just chilling because like I'm not in fighting camp, so I'm just training whenever.
Yeah.
So I don't really I'm not really following my calendar. Just doing what I gotta do.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Right. And so, what are you in school for?
Accounting.
Accounting, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I see you. So you're smart too.
I wouldn't say that, but
You gotta be good with numbers to be a good accountant, though.
yeah,
So,
I'm good with I'm good with numbers. I like Excel though, so that's
yeah.
where it helps me a little bit.
Because I'm hearing about Excel, man.
That shit's so important, dude. You'll be surprised.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
Like we were learning that stuff in high school, and I was like, I don't care about all this. And like now, I'm like, it was right there, man. I could have mastered it right then and there in high school.
Yeah, it's actually. I mean, I don't know why though. I actually like it. That's what's weird about it.
That's good though.
I used it for making schedules. That's all I ever used it for.
Yeah, you can do a lot with them too. That's what's crazy about them. They look simple. I mean, they look complicated. They don't look like it's much, but you can do a lot with them.
So. Got you. And so, what's it called? So when do you graduate? Like when you get your bachelor?
Fall 23.
Okay, so you got about a year and a half.
Yeah, about a year and a half, something like that.
I got you. So, you go to U of H?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes, sir.
So I assumed that when you said you lived in that area.
Yeah,
so,
I live in that area. So it's pretty cool out there.
That's another thing too. You being in school, like, why not finish school then go pro, and then while you're working, then you're working at like your pro career. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, being 22, you have a lot of time to figure
because
shit
school's
out too.
hard.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it is.
Like,
it's hard, man.
Like imagine trying to I couldn't imagine because pro you're getting paid and your record matters.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So it's like you kind of want to take it a little more serious.
Yeah.
Shoot, like right
And
now.
school will stress you out, and stress is
yeah.
not.
Hell yeah, man! I'm stressed right now. Shoot, I gotta we got finals and all that.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at my grades. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta make sure I get this done and things like that. So it sucks.
And it will hurt your training too. It really will. Like being stressed out, like
Yeah.
It does.
it will. Like
It definitely does.
everything, your recovery for sure messes
Yeah.
up, and then some people stress eat, and then if you're trying to stay low for your weight, then you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
there's so many factors that go into it.
Yeah, for sure. So.
Yeah, if you ever have to stay up late for something, like an assignment, you gotta turn in.
Yeah, I do those.
Imagine that would suck.
Even for my fight, I had that day I had to do a lot of things. I had a lot of things to do. I was like, man, fuck this shit. I'm not gonna
Bro,
do it. I ended up not doing it.
He was cutting weight and going to work, and then what was it, that Friday?
Yeah.
We had, 2 or 3 pounds to cut that day. Like, we're to the point, he's feeling his organs, and he's like, I'm at work right now.
the hell?
I'm like, bro, you're at work.
I got lucky though. So
Yeah.
that Friday, I was doing basketball, right? And then I basically got partners. I got not assistant. I got people that do it with me.
Yeah.
And so that day, I told my coworker, I was like, hey man,
Take
I can you just take over? I pretty much just sat there. I didn't do nothing. One of the students came up to me. He was like, "How come you're not saying anything today?" I was like,
I'm fucking dying. That's why.
If I use the energy to talk, I might pass out.
I was like, he's older than me.
That's funny, man. Nah, that's but yeah, that's why, man. I respect people that fucking keep it going like that too. Like, I mean, you both work and shit and still find time to train, because it's like,
For sure.
because that's one thing that me and him talk about, because I work and I would like to start training at a gym just to kind of keep moving and shit. It's like, it's hard to find a fucking have the energy to go and do stuff like that, you know.
We were talking about that too, like all these gyms, even our gyms, like all the trainings at 10 a.m. You know how hard it is to work a full-time job when the training's at 10 a.m. I don't want to work. And then you work, say you get off at, like my girlfriend, she works, she doesn't train, but she gets off, she was getting off at 3, she gets off at 1 now. But imagine you get off at 3 a.m. and then you got to make 10 a.m. practice. You're getting no sleep. Your training sucks.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's because when we were talking about with TSA before, because I wanted to start checking out that gym, it was like I get off at 5 a.m. sometimes, and so it's like I would have to go straight home, shower, go to sleep, wake up at 9.
Yeah.
Go train. The second that's done, go back to sleep, and then it's like still be somewhat coherent to go to work and shit.
Yeah, it'll really mess you. And luckily, I'm working for my uncle Albert and my aunt Trish, so I'm very lucky. They know what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So I could today I told them hey, I'm not gonna come in. I'm gonna hit 2 a day. I'm in camp
Yeah.
And they don't care. You know what I mean? So I'm like lucky in that aspect and everything.
Yeah, for sure. So that's cool, though. I mean, that's always great that you have that support system as well.
Yeah, because they know what I'm trying to do or whatever. And they're at the last fight, and like they really support it. So they're helping me out a lot, too. And my parents helped me out a lot
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, it's just all about staying humble as well. I think it's cool that's one thing me Zach talked about. It's cool that you recognize that, too, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, because a lot of fighters, like, they'll just be like, oh, no, I do it all on my own. It's like, no, you give thanks to people.
Bro, I guarantee you, if I had to work a full-time job and, like, and train, I couldn't do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure I would find a way, but I wouldn't be as good as I am. Yeah. I could do it, but my skills would not, like... Right. I wouldn't go... My skills wouldn't grow as fast. Right. It would take away from a lot of stuff.
That's what's crazy is Demetrius Johnson only would train 2 days a week and shit. And then, like, once he left his job, like, full-time job, that's when he became a champion. Like, how the fuck that guy dude was that good, you know? It's like, he was easily just like... I'm going to start taking this more serious, and then he ends up becoming, like, the best champion in UFC history and shit, you know? So, yeah, that's nuts, though.
I'm surprised to hear you say that.
What's that? He is? So, yeah.
Talk so much trash on him.
Hey, dude, I'm just saying, he was in... I've never been a fan of his fights. Like, he's
freaking
incredible.
Love his fights. He's so good.
He's one of those where he's well-rounded.
Yeah.
Like,
he's
very well-rounded. Like, if you go to fight Demetrius Johnson...
Yeah.
Like, what's the game plan?
Yeah, you have to be ready for everything.
You know what I mean? Like,
just fight.
You're worried... Yeah, just fight. You're worried about what he's going to do.
I'm just going to kill him. Like, I'm just going to shoot him.
Yeah.
Like, make it easy. Like,
probably knock him out in the first round.
Nah, he's just... I don't know. Like, when it came down to his fights, so, like, I would never tune into his fights, though. Like, I was, like, never...
He doesn't sell them very well.
Yeah.
But his skills, you go back and watch, you're like, damn. Like,
I love watching his fights, man. They're so freaking cool just
that's
to watch how good he is.
Because he wouldn't sell them.
Yeah.
I think that's whack, though.
They also, what that was, is they wanted him to fight TJ Dillashaw, but he didn't want to fight TJ because he was...
I don't blame him.
Yeah, he was I'm not going to fight TJ because they want him to go up.
Yeah.
And he was like, why do I need to go up? I'm way more of a dominant champion than him.
That's when they were trying to get rid of the flyweight division.
Yeah, and then Dana White was a dick and was like, I'll cancel that whole division, like, and stuff. And then...
I would retire.
Cejudo saved that month.
Yeah. And now he's beating up Rod Tang and fucking won championship.
Dude,
so.
Did y'all see that? Demetrius Johnson fought Rod Tang?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That was so freaking cool.
It's so crazy that he survived the whole round against him.
That went exactly how I thought it would.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, if
he just has to survive the first, he'll sub the second. That's
and I was like, and he's been around that before, so he knows what he's doing. He's fought strikers. He when he fought John Dodson, I was like, dude, if he gets caught by John Dodson, that could be it.
Yeah.
And then John Dodson caught him several times, and he just never went away. And I was like, okay, he's fine. So whenever they were talking about the first round being Muay Thai, I was like, I feel like he'll be all right. Like if he ever gets backed into a cage and gets stuck there, okay, yeah, he might have some issues, but he never did. He moved really well.
He's not gonna play Muay Thai though.
No.
He's gonna, you know what I mean.
He didn't.
Yeah, you know, he's not gonna stand there and like.
Yeah, like he's gonna throw. He actually did. He almost shot in for a takedown, I think.
Yeah, it's like
there were several times the ref had to be like, whoa, no.
Yeah, for real?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Just being so natural at that shit, but it's crazy that I mean, you know, he was. Like he was only pretty much training part time, and he was just as good as he fucking was. Though, dude. And
I think that might be from like when you're getting reps in. He's probably getting really good reps in, and he's mental repping it as well.
Yeah.
Because I noticed like if I train something like you train striking every day, I feel like that's not good for you because if you have a bad habit, you're repping that bad habit. If you're going 3 times a week and like his coach was on him, I guarantee you they're getting really good reps of everything.
Yeah, I was watching something, man. BJ Penn was on the new Joe Rogan podcast. He's on the newest episode, and that dude's fucking crazy though. Like it's just like how, because like like now like we really don't talk about BJ Penn, but at one point he was like the best lightweight to ever do it and shit. And he was training with some guys who just got him in just peak condition and shit. He said that his strength and conditioning coaches. I forgot what their names were, but they kind of changed the game when it came to collegiate training as well, when it came to football and shit, because they were like, these guys, big guys shouldn't just be lifting weights. They need to do agility training and stuff like that. And he, so he's training with them, and then like these guys would tell him like, you don't need to spar. Like, you know, you're already the best in the world. You just need to make sure that you're in peak condition and stuff like that.
They did that with Max Holloway too.
Yeah, Max Holloway did the same thing. You know, he didn't spar at all for one camp, and then up against Calvin Kattar and beat the shit out of Calvin Kattar.
Yeah.
So... But,
he looked incredible in that fight, too.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? He didn't even spar for it.
That's crazy.
Not once.
Yeah.
How often do y'all spar, like, inside of camp and outside of camp?
Probably twice a week, maybe. Maybe this week 1, but probably like twice. It just depends. Like if he would have came today, we probably would have flow sparred. You know what I mean? Not like sparred, but like hard spar like once a week maybe.
Yeah. So
it's not even hard though.
One of the things that we do a lot, like we spar a lot, but it's not like we're trying to like knock each other's ass.
Yeah, no, it's just sparring.
It's very realistic though. Like if he cracks me with something good or I crack him, like we're not gonna like a lot of people they'll get hit. They're still throwing like in a fight. That don't happen.
Yeah,
you know, that's very realistic sparring.
I like to call people out when they do stuff like that. When you're like, you know that would have caught you. You need to settle down.
What I hate is when I'm sparring with somebody and I throw a head kick and it clearly lands in their head.
Or they catch the kick.
Yeah, it clearly lands and somehow they're like throwing the 5-punch combos after that. I'm like, holy crap! Like, how'd you do that?
Yeah,
you do that in a fight? Like that's awesome.
You're like, use that.
It's like, wow, okay.
It's like, nah, you would never catch me with that.
Yeah,
that's why I kept going, because you would never catch me with that, bro.
Yeah, slow sparring, like we'll throw leg kicks and catch them, but like I'm not catching every leg kick because it's not realistic. You know what I mean? Like, there's just habits, like, and there's certain partners that are very good at flow sparring. Like we're able to do it very realistically. Even our hard sparring. He threw a flying knee at me, like you know what I mean, like, but it's realistic, you know what I mean, like, but I'm not, he would have never landed it to hurt me, or even landed on accident. It's so controlled.
Anytime we spar, that's usually what we're doing. We're flow sparring.
Yeah.
It's just chill. It's just, but we know what we're doing, so we're not gonna hurt each other. And if something would have landed, we're like, okay, that we high five and we move on.
Yeah. And then you get one of those people, you're like, oh, let's go ahead and flow. Next thing you know, they're both bleeding. I'm like, damn. That's an awesome flow right there. How'd you do that?
Yeah. I've sparred with some pretty stupid people before. Sure. I've had to pull punches that I really wasn't sure if I was going to be able to pull in time.
Yeah.
And it kind of scares me because I'm like, someone's going to get hurt. We probably should stop, but you're not going to chill. You're not going to chill out, so we're going to keep going.
Yeah. It's ego too, though. Like a lot of people can't like bro. In this sport, you're gonna get your ass whooped. You know what I mean? Like in sparring, you're gonna have days you get your ass whooped. You can't like. A lot of people can't handle that. You know what I mean? And that's why they start picking up. We were talking about that the other day. That you'll hit someone.
Oh yeah.
Like we'll pop him. Like he can pop me with a good shot that maybe he didn't mean to throw that hard.
Yeah.
I don't turn it up. You know, whatever pace we're at, it's the same pace. It's bro, like, it was an accident. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's about that respect. It's like you said, it's humbling. You know?
And bro, we have spars. We're pointing and talking trash, or we're on the ground like
we
talking
shit.
Yeah,
we talk shit. We like do crazy shit. We like point at each other and laugh. Like do tricks and things like that. Pull out a gun, like it's like I got you.
That's what when me and Zach will flow spar, because I fucking hate sparring. Honestly, I'm not a fan of it, and especially because my only sparring partner is this guy who's like a foot taller than me. So I'm like, I really want to do this shit. Yeah. And so but the thing is, when we start doing it, I'll start egging him on a little bit. He's like, oh really? And I'm like, nah, please chill the fuck out. Like,
bro. He can walk you down whenever he wants.
Exactly, dude. It's the fucking worst,
just gotta start walking forward.
And like even then, sometimes it's just like it will just be like jabs and leg kicks, and he's like, just move your head. I'm like, it's not that fucking easy. He said, just move your head.
Understand.
It's easier said than done.
And so he's like, he always tells me, you just gotta move the head, man. That's it. And shit. I'm like, I'm too stiff for that, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one time I was at UH. I was training. Like I had a friend of mine. Like we was basically doing footwork and things like that. I'm really big on footwork.
Yeah.
So like we was doing boxing and footwork, and you get like people that don't know anything about fighting or anything. So they saw me. So he came in the room. He was like, "Oh, so who is the boxer here?" And then my friend was like, "Oh, it's him," And it was like, oh yeah, dude, I do this. He was like, he does some weird martial arts. I don't know what it was. He was like, man,
keto?
Yeah, something like
shit.
that. Yeah, I think he said that.
I took him serious.
And I was like, oh, cool, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then it was like, man, me, he was huge too. Yeah. He was like, man, me and you, we should spar someday. I was just like, man, like I don't want to fight you. Like I don't know you. You know what I mean? Like, and you huge. Like.
Yeah. And if he had said Aikido, I would have taken him right then and there, because for the longest time, I've wanted to spar someone who claims Aikido.
Really?
Yeah. I just want to know, like, are you really going to throw me around like that? Because I really don't think you're going to.
What do they do?
They, take your momentum, and they'll flip your arm, and in the videos, everyone like does a front flip.
You see
and
that
I'm
shit
like,
with Steven
there's
Seagal?
no freaking way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, you see Steven
And I'm
Seagal,
just like,
yeah.
nah. And I know that there are some people who are like, no, that's just like the movie stuff. But real Aikido is this. And I'm like, then show me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to be a douche, but I want to know how does that really work? Like, let me swing at you. You know, obviously I'm gonna be respectful. I'm not gonna like swing on them
for sure.
But like, let me throw something at you, and what would you do to it? But I never found somebody who claims Aikido, and I really want to.
What would you do if you had a street fight? Like, what's your tactic?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch them and wait for them to do something, and my goal would be, I want you to come at me. That way, I can get you to the ground using your own momentum and just put you out one way or another.
If I don't start it, I'm kicking in the nuts,
dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just don't want to
inside nut kick.
I don't want to throw anything if I don't have to, because if it lands wrong, you're messed up.
Yeah.
If you throw something and you get caught up or you trip because you're out, you know, in the street and there's a curb right behind you,
Bro,
but you
you'll
don't
break
know.
your hand on the forehead.
Yeah. So I'd rather just like you come at me and I will put you on the ground and I'm either gonna finish you there.
It's gonna hurt them though. Like you clip their chin with it. Like
you
they're
hit their
gonna
chin,
be out.
you hit their forehead.
Yeah, that's what's it called? I don't know, man. Like I give up a lot of size. Like I'm short, so it's like I'm fighting dirty. Like I have to, because I'm not gonna get my ass up in the street. Like honestly, like I'm going for the eyes.
Did y'all see Mike Jackson's last fight?
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I want to look at it.
God, dude, that dude, and I. Like, so then you can look up a picture of it, but like Mike Jackson's face and then this guy's hand was like
I saw that.
I was like, dude, he is like,
that dude was fishing for that shit. That's man crazy. Yeah, he was in that eye and he knew he was
and then he said that Mike Jackson took the coward way out, and I was like, you
kicked
are
him in the nuts and then you fingered fingered his eye. You gouged his eye, man. It was a rough one. Like you could tell it was intentional too. It was the dude was pissed off
because he had his hand on his face and then he does this and then shoves him away, and I'm like, nope.
I would think he did it on purpose. I don't care what he said.
He had to have.
Hell, I would probably do the same thing. Like, shoot.
But it was but yeah, man, that's what. But speaking of that, like people like talk about like what's that, being very what's that, like fucking like people that just like, you know, want to spar out of nowhere. Like our buddy Jeff like invited one of his friends to spar with a friend, but like one of this dude to spar with us one time, and he was like going off. He's like, man, leg kicks don't work. And this dude, like from what Jeff told us, he warned us before we got there that this guy spars hard. And so I was like, I don't want to spar this dude. Like, I got court tomorrow, man. I can't show up with a fucking black eye. And so he was like, nah, I understand. And he's like, leg kicks don't fucking work, dude. Like, he said, what are you gonna do with the leg kick? Like, I'm just gonna keep going through that shit. Like, I'm just gonna swing through that shit. And so he threw one at Jeff, and Jeff has really good kicks and shit. And Jeff's a stuntman also. And Jeff checked the kick, and immediately, the dude was on the ground for like 10 minutes in pain and shit.
Screaming. Literally screaming. Out in the park, just in the open, screaming.
That's funny.
Yeah. The dude fucking never threw a kick after that.
That's crazy. But I had this dude at UH again. It was weird how he met me too, though. It was like he wasted my time basically. So like he came up to me like apparently I happened to be at the right place when he was asking that question, right? So he was asking around. He was like, "Hey, like, do you box? Do you box? Do you box?" Right? He was asking people that because apparently he's a boxer. And
that man chose violence that day.
He saw me, right? He asked me, "Hey, do you box?" And I was like, "Oh my god, how did you know?" I was like, "Wow, you know that?" Like, I was like, it was like, "Nah, I'm just asking people." I was like, "Well, yeah, I do." You know, I was like, "Oh," he was like, "Cool." So like, he basically set up a sparring session with me. The dude was trash. He was from somewhere in Europe. I forgot where he's from.
Yeah.
And he was trash. I didn't know. You know, like, I'm like, oh my god. I was like, one, he's a boxer.
Yeah.
Boxers spar hard.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's one thing I know for sure. So I was like, I'm gonna bring it on, you know. And so we come in, and I saw his movement. I was like, oh my god, he's one of those. Like, he's trash. So like literally 30 seconds in, he's like, all right, hold on, bro. Let me stop. I'm like, bro, like, you wasting my time. Like, we agreed to do 2 minutes around, you know, like every 30, 15 seconds. Every time I hit him, he's like, oh my god, I can't do it. Like, you're hitting me too hard. I'm like, bro, you're a boxer, you know, like, why are you wasting my time?
You wanted
know?
this
like,
shit.
Yeah, you wanted to spar. Like, I literally like stop doing what I was doing, you know, like just to do that, and then like it's just wasting my time.
You're walking with your fucking books and shit to class.
Yeah, like come on, man.
Stop to fight this dude. That's funny as shit. Y'all heard of Charlie Zelenoff? Have you seen that dude on YouTube?
Yeah.
Charlie Z.
Yeah, that dude's a fucking
bro, they're
dickhead,
mean to
bro.
him, bro. Like,
They should be. They should
He's
be.
a piece of shit.
Nah.
Yeah, bro. They beat
He
the shit out of
freaking
him.
tracked down and like talked all this mess about
Deontay
Wilder and his daughter, right?
Daughter has like MS, right?
Yeah, and he was making fun of his
Whoa.
daughter, and so
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder pulled up
Yeah.
on him in his house.
Yeah. And so like they boxed in his house and Deontay beat the shit out of him. And that dude assaults people on camera, man. Like
Bro, he about that boom and he runs off.
Yeah.
He like as soon as he says you ready and they say yeah, he's already fucking popping them in the fucking face and shit. I'm like, bro, how has no one beat the shit out of you already? Like,
Freaking
He's at, like,
pray
a
for
Planet
the day.
Fitness.
yeah. He needs to fight Dylan Dennis or some shit, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Fucking
Bro,
shit.
Dylan is trash.
Yeah. I can't stand that dude either.
But yeah, we're gonna come to a close. You have anything you want to shout out? Anybody? You got any social medias that you want to throw out there? Get some.
I'm not used to that. Like,
This my fight June 12th. And just my Instagram. It's just my name, Hayden Briers.
Got you.
That's it.
just follow me on Instagram, Tonio MMA 125. That's pretty much it.
Actually, bro, my bad. I don't mean to like keep it going, but
you're
Instagram
good.
got ads now.
Ads?
Yeah, you know, you ever scroll through it and it's an ad everything.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're
I
right.
had to delete Instagram, bro.
Hey,
It gets annoying.
it's okay because I hate Instagram because
I
they
haven't
just put us in the
experienced
Instagram jail.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what did we do?
Oh, I saw
We
that.
reposted a repost from the Tyson Fury fight, and that got taken down, and then our account got soft banned
This
for like
is
3 days.
Our original
Really?
account, like we just hit 100 followers and shit, like homegrown and everything, and we posted the fucking Jake Paul knockout with Tyron Woodley, and they fucking took us down.
Even
Like,
though
immediately, within hours, dude.
every sports page on Instagram was
Yeah.
posting the same thing.
Yeah, we were like,
got taken down. Like, why do we matter enough for you to take us
Yeah,
down?
like the
Like,
small.
we
and they didn't
fucking
give us a warning.
nothing, dude. And like we were like one of the first people to fucking post that shit too, because like I mean, as soon as it happened, we didn't pay for it and shit. So that's probably also it.
Yeah.
But, like
Nah,
so
but they don't know
like,
that.
they didn't. Know
They didn't
that.
know
And
that.
so like I screen recorded and posted that shit, dude. And they fucking like within minutes of it happening, and like 2 hours later we got taken down. Like no warning, no email, nothing, dude. So yeah, so that's
crazy.
I'm
that's
not
our beef.
posting about any Showtime boxing ever again.
Shit Showtime.
Because God forbid
It's gonna
you
get
are a
taken down.
news outlet for boxing.
Yeah.
I am so sorry to all those Instagram accounts.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah,
But
man.
yeah.
Then
So
good-
yeah, follow them, Hayden Briers and Tonio MMA 125
Yes, sir.
on Instagram. Make sure to catch their next fights. Hayden's got a fight June 12th. It's gonna be a flyweight title fight.
Yeah.
Boom. There it is.
5 rounds, nice. Hell yeah. So
They should have added one more round.
Yeah.
This is it.
Do 8 rounds.
So
Well, yeah, we'll catch y'all later.